How to reprogram your subconscious mind for money and upgrade your wealth frequency, your wealth mindset. Welcome back to the week of money magnetism. We're on to day 4, and now we're getting into rewiring your subconscious, something you're going to have to do if you want to earn money in your life. Because believe it or not, anyone who is abundant, both inwardly and outwardly, so they have a lot of money, a lot of abundance, they maybe live in beautiful places, they travel, they have their businesses are doing well, whatever else it is, they all have programmed, either consciously or unconsciously, their subconscious to support them on their financial journey. And I'm going to give you some things in this video that are going to help you do the same. And ultimately, if you don't do this, you can kiss any abundance physically in your life goodbye, because if you don't do it on the inner world, it will not show up in the outer world, or if it does, it will be sporadic, and most likely you won't be able to hold on to it or receive it because you haven't worked on being able to do that in the inner world. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's coming up next. Also, as a quick reminder, make sure you get into my free course on manifesting called Magnetic Manifesting. That is free down below in the description. Going to give you so many other videos and ideas and tips and techniques you can apply in your life to increase your manifesting power, whether that's for money or other things, whether you want to, go live in another country, whatever it is, go check out that course. Again, absolutely free down in the description. So let's get started with how to reprogram your subconscious mind for wealth and abundance. Now, this is how you reprogram your subconscious mind for anything. You have to understand that your subconscious mind is what is running for most of the day. They say that 95% of the day you are running on autopilot through your subconscious, and then 5% of the day is through your conscious. And this is why sometimes things like affirmations will not work if you're just trying to force them in to your mind consciously, because ultimately we need to influence the subconscious, not the conscious. Now, that doesn't mean that 5% of time you can just faff about and say whatever you want and use a lack mentality. Also take advantage of that as well by doing good practices, and I'll give you those in these videos. But a lot of what we're going to go over in this video is to go directly into your subconscious mind, to go right for that, so that we can take out the programs of lack and the programs that are not working, and ultimately replace them with the ones that are going to support you on your financial journey and in other parts of your journey as well. So the first one, guys, I've actually already given you, and that is the wealth success exercise. And if you've not watched that video, go back to day 2 in the money magnetism week. You can just go back a few videos from this one. It'll be in a playlist after all of these are completed as well. And go to the one where I'm talking about a certain affirmation. And we go over the wealth success affirmation. So go back to that video if you've not watched it, or if you haven't watched it in a while, or if you haven't applied this technique. Again, if you don't do the work and you don't trust the process, nothing's going to happen for you. But this little technique is so magical at being able to get into your subconscious and prime you for wealth and abundance. And it only takes 5 to 20 minutes a day, depending on how much you want to invest in it. I recommend doing it for 20 minutes a day. But again, if you do it for at least 5, you will notice results over time. And essentially what you're doing here is putting yourself in a brainwave state that opens up your subconscious and then influencing it with a certain affirmation that is fine-tuned, that is proven to improve your wealth and success frequency. And when you're on those frequencies more subconsciously, you attract things into your life, the opportunities, the people, the whatever else, the circumstances that allow you to take the action towards bringing in more money, creating more deals, whatever else it is. So that's the first one. So please go back and watch that after this video if you haven't already. Also, if you've been enjoying that exercise, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I love the wealth success exercise, but please like this video if that resonates with you. And next is understanding brainwave states. You see, you have to understand that our brain frequency, our brain waves will be resonating, will be I don't know what oscillating is not the right word, but they will be vibrating in a sense at a certain level of hertz. And whatever level it is at determines what brainwave state you are in. And the reason this is important is because based on what brainwave state you're in will determine how much you can influence your subconscious. Most of us are in what's called beta brainwave state most of the time. This is kind of our waking consciousness brainwave state. There's high to low beta. I believe low beta is more when you're a little more focused and you're a little more tuned in. High beta is when you're like stressed and your brainwaves, your brainwaves are going really fast and you're really alert. You're in that kind of mode. A lot of people are in that state a lot. And this is the stress state. This is a state you don't want to be in too often. This is why it's important to slow down those brainwave states through like meditation and relaxing. And essentially, the more you relax, the more meditative you get, the more your brainwave states start to slow. Now, it's interesting, once you start getting into what's called the theta brainwave state, which I think happens at about 7.5 hertz, I might be a little off on that, but about 7.5 hertz, you start opening the doorway to the subconscious mind. This is where access to your subconscious mind exists. And so if you can meditate and then influence your subconscious mind, and I'm going to give you some more strategies to do that in this video. But if you get into that state, that theta brainwave state, and your brainwaves are now on that frequency of 7.5 hertz or lower, and there's even more brainwave states. There's delta, which if you get into delta, which is like 2.5 and lower, I believe, it might even be lower hertz, that's when you get like miraculous healing. That's when crazy things start to happen, amazing things, delta waves. So, but when you're in theta, you're in that meditative state. And when you're in that meditative state, that is the magical state that opens the subconscious mind, and you can almost put things directly into there. This is why the wealth success affirmation I gave you, you put yourself into a theta brainwave state first. You breathe in, you calm yourself, you slow your mind, and you repeat those words. And because you're now in a theta state, or ideally that's what you're going for, and you'll get better at it over time, it allows this to be influenced, or it allows it to influence your subconscious mind fairly directly. And there's another exercise I'm going to give you, which is going to be beautiful for doing this, but understand and learn about the different brainwave states, and understand that when you're in beta and alpha, you're more in the conscious mind. Now, alpha is a really good state to be in too. It's a state of incredible focus. Like if you want to do deep work, very focused, flow-based things, you want to be in alpha. It'll also allow you to absorb information quickly, but theta is the state you want to be in if you really want to get in there and influence your belief systems and your subconscious. So an exercise I've mentioned on this channel before, but I want to give you, is using sleep tracks while you are naturally in theta state. So if you get certain headbands, they have usually headphones in them, you can play certain audio tracks that not only are calibrated at theta, but also play certain affirmations as you sleep. And you can find ones for money mindset. You can find ones for abundance and wealth and things of this nature. Now, what's so great about this is you are naturally going to go through different brainwave states as you sleep. You'll be in theta, you'll be in delta when you're in deep sleep. You might go back up to alpha, but you're going to be going through different phases naturally. And so this is one of the best times to influence your subconscious mind. A lot of times our subconscious mind manifests in our dreams. A lot of times if you're having nightmares in your dreams, if you're having certain crazy dreams, it might be a huge indicator of what your subconscious beliefs are like. You know, if you have nightmares all the time, it's probably because you have a lot of fear-based beliefs. But if you have a lot of incredible dreams all the time, dreams of opulence and they're fun and whatever else, that is also usually reflective of your subconscious beliefs, and they're just being projected as you sleep because you're in these theta and delta states. And so sometimes dreams can also be huge indicators of if you're doing well. For example, if you have a lot of fear-based dreams now, you start doing this stuff and it starts shifting and you're starting to have more positive levels of dreams, that's also a good sign that this is working for you. But one thing you can do is find these tracks. You can just find them on YouTube, sleep affirmations, things of that nature. There's a lot of them out there. Find one that you can sleep to and you're very comfortable with. Find a headband, or you can even play it also in the background if you want. I prefer just having the headband, but whichever works for you. And you just play it while you sleep, have an 8-hour track, and then while you're in these states of theta and delta, your subconscious mind will be absorbing these affirmations, and it will be taking note of them and storing them within your subconscious mind. And this is a very fast track way of influencing your subconscious. And if you stick with this, magical things can happen. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about this all the time. It's just such a simple thing to do, and it works. So if you really want to kickstart your money mindset, if you really want to change your beliefs around money and abundance and really start to magnetize or become magnetic for money and wealth and abundance, do this little technique. Find a headband. You can get one for about $20 on Amazon. Find a track, sleep to it every single night, and you will be using essentially your natural circadian rhythm to work with developing this mindset. because you're going to be in theta and delta anyway as you sleep. So that's a great little thing you can do. I would definitely apply that if you want to fast track the results in this area. Now, I know I said subconscious is the thing you want to focus on, but that does not mean, like I said earlier, you want to ignore the conscious. And so throughout the day, monitor your thoughts, monitor your words, and most importantly, monitor your energy, because your energy is always an indicator actually of what's going on within your thoughts. And so if you're in a low energy, you feel fear, you feel depressed, whatever else it is, it's always because you're thinking of something that's putting you energetically in that state. And what I like to do when I feel those kind of things, and I don't feel those kind of things that often anymore because I've trained myself at this, but I like to do what's called reorientation. Now, I typically do this if I fall into browsing on social media or whatever, because that kind of makes me feel a little so I'll end up doing this. But what reorientation does is it is a deliberate practice which brings your energy back up to a certain place, which is only going to allow you to attract better things. You know, we attract again what we are, and we are whatever we are energetically resonating. And so if you are energetically resonating abundance and gratitude and love and things of this nature, you will return those kind of things back to you. But if you're always resonating, if you're always transmitting, I should say, fear and vitriol and hate and jealousy, that's what you're going to get back. And again, the universe is just going to bring about circumstances and other things that reflect those things. And so throughout the day, if you're consciously thinking things like, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, I can't afford this, blah, 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 boom, catch yourself. Catch yourself. Bring that into your awareness. Catch yourself and reorient. Go, you know what? Actually, money is abundant, or whatever. Or do the wealth success exercise. In the beginning, doing the wealth success exercise when you have these negative belief patterns come up is going to be phenomenal. So every time these negative patterns come up and you notice them during the day and you're feeling a little and you're like, why am I feeling this way? Oh, I'm thinking about lack. Boom, snap out of it. Become aware. Wake up. See it. It's okay. It's not a problem. And then we change it. And then you can do the wealth success exercise, just going wealth success. I like to sing it actually. This is using the Baudouin technique with the wealth success technique. So I sing it like a lullaby. So I'll just go wealth success, and I'll just kind of get into a rhythm with it. And I'll notice, you know, in a minute or two, I sometimes won't even remember whatever the original thought is. My energy has picked up, and ultimately remember that the universe works consistently. The more you're in this place, the more you attract to you. And so that's a little thing you can do. Make sure you're monitoring your thoughts, your words, your actions as well. You know, your energy, how you're feeling. Because if you're feeling pretty low, especially around things like money, it's always coming from something that you're thinking about. Then you just become aware of it, you wake up, and then you change it. And now we come to the last thing, and this one is so important because a lot of people can actually get to the stage where they're feeling better. You know, they're feeling good thoughts, you know, they're having good feeling thoughts and they're feeling a lot better, but then it's like, oh, but money's still not coming in. Because this is where there's a huge disconnect for some people, thinking that you don't need to do things in order to allow money in. But always remember this, you are in a co-creative experience with the universe. Creative, not universe, drop bags of gold onto my lap, thank you very much, good doing business with you. No, it is co-creative. The universe will line up the pins for you, but it is your job to knock down the pins. The universe will open the door for you, the opportunities. It will bring the energetic match in the form of opportunities, people, circumstances, but it is then up to you to co-create that experience, that possibility by walking through the door. And so when you're now getting the downloads you will get when you upgrade your wealth frequency, when the people who are going to help you in that area come in, when the circumstances change and you need to embrace them, you have to embrace them. For example, you might have an idea for a business and it resonates with you so much, but then you don't go do it, and then you go like, I'm doing the affirmations, I'm doing everything, why isn't the money coming in? Well, no, these increase your wealth mindset. This helps the universe start to see what you want and you start attracting that. But you then have to, you have to introduce yourself to the person that is the perfect match that's going to help you in that area. You have to start the business if that's the idea that comes through, or do a certain thing in your business. You have to go off and take the action. Remember, law of attraction also requires action. You are not just sitting there like, oh, okay, my abundance is coming in. Oh, I have to go do this action? Nah, I just have to wait for it to come in. It's just going to come in, blah, blah, blah. It's just going to come in. Come on, give me all the gold. Give it all to me right now. It's not how it works. The ideas, the downloads will come in, then you need to take action on them. So if you've gotten to that stage where all the ideas are coming in, you're doing the meditations, everything, your energy is so good, you feel so good, and then you're just like, well, why isn't the money coming in? Are you taking the actions that the universe is giving to you? It's not good enough if you want money to just feel good. Now, getting to a point where you feel good puts you way beyond most people. Trust me, most people do not feel good for most of the day. If you're in feeling good mode, it means that opportunities are going to start coming your way, thick and fast, really fast. A lot of doors are going to be available to you, but a million doors could show up for you. And if you don't walk through one, doesn't matter how many doors show up for you, how many opportunities, how many people, how many easy situations even, if you don't walk through the door. And so that's the final thing I'm going to leave you off with. And the reason I leave you with that is because the more actions you start taking towards this, based on the opportunities that are coming in, the more you will rewire your subconscious for success. The more you will rewire yourself to take action when these things come in. The more of the muscle you will develop. And then your subconscious mind will see the evidence of it and go, boom, great, your mind's bought in, your heart's bought in, and you're gonna do it more and more often. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video because this has been a particularly long one. Thank you so much for sticking with it. Thank you so much again for leaving the likes, your comments down below. Make sure to get my free course on this. It's gonna help you even more. As always, I love you. You are loved. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos during this week of Money Magnetism, and I will see you in the next video.